School is coming back. Get ready to go to Target or Walmart to buy your pens and papers. Yes, I know I'm not in school anymore, but I still get nostalgia when I see back to school ads. Especially when I see groggy people groaning about summer. Summer's ending soon. Back then, I always groaned about how summer was ending and wanted school to end as fast as possible. I mean, if I was in school again, I'd still be like that, but come on, every student is like that, right? In one of my videos, I talked about how I did weird things in school, and I still cringe at those memories. But looking back, I still get nostalgia from school. Actually, if I look at my entire school memories, most of it is me craving for video games and hang out with my friends about the latest games coming out. Like a nerd, oh! But I'm not talking about the games I played. I'm here to talk about the memories I had the most impact on me in school. It's nothing crazy or anything like that. It's just something I remember in school that stick with me to this day. So here we go. From elementary and middle school, I had no trouble waking up in the morning. I thought I was a healthy child. Not like today. From what I remember, I just need to wake up 7 in the morning, get dressed, brush my teeth, and have my mom drive me to school. All of that could have been done in an hour when school started at 8 o'clock, so it was no big deal. Then high school came in, and I can tell you, from the bottom of my heart, I was just dead in the morning. Here's how I went in my high school mornings. Instead of waking up 7 in the morning or 6:30 at the very least, I had to wake up 5 in the morning. And why? As a high school, I was too old to have my mom drive me to school. So what does an independent student do when they have no ride? Take a bike? Call Uber? Okay, no, Uber wasn't a thing at the time. I had to take the bus. Nothing against buses, I actually enjoyed taking the school bus. What I was not expecting was the bus that came for me 6 in the morning. So I had to wake up 5 in the morning, get ready and wait for the bus. I don't know about you, but that seems a little much for a high schooler to adjust. What made it worse was that I was getting into games and would stay up so late that I just forget about the time or just keep playing without sleeping. That's on me. But to be fair, sleeping at 9 to get a full 8 hours sleep was too early if you ask me. Come on. Come on. Come on. One more round. Because of that, I was just there in the morning when the school bus came and I just slept through the entire ride. Was enough time for me to get enough sleep though. What really annoyed me was that school started at 8, like always. The bus dropped me off at like 6:30 or whatever, and I'm just standing in the front yard of school questioning the logistic of why I had to wake up 5 in the morning and wait an hour and 30 minutes in school for class to start. Oh, why can't you just sleep at your schoolyard before the class starts? I was scared someone might steal my backpack. Yes, I was a bit paranoid, but come on, so were a lot of students, right? Plus, the seats in the front yards weren't exactly comfortable, so I was irritated. I don't know if I got a school that wasn't funded enough or I was just unlucky, but the high school I went to didn't have lockers. If you were me who was fascinated by lockers, you can understand the disappointment I had when I saw there was no lockers in the hallway. I know that sounds ridiculous, but in middle school I remember being enamored by lockers. They were like my own private house to store my stuff and decorate. It's like in your own room. And when I was told there was no lockers for any of us, that ruined my day. I mean, we did have lockers in the gym, but they did a terrible job. None of the lockers were privately assigned and there wasn't enough for any of us, so it was first come, first served. And they had no locks. Something that lockers are supposed to have, so there was nothing stopping our stuff from being stolen. Looking back, I remember my snacks being stolen whenever I put my backpack in lockers, so I went hungry for some time. Douche. Lunchtime. I was one of the students who brought lunch to school. Not as in I make my own lunch or I had lunchables, whatever they're called. Lick. I would just bring chips or have some snacks with me and have it as my own lunch. May not be the most nutritious meal to have, but I was fine with that. I didn't have to bother cooking or microwaving my food right. Well, not always, cause like I said, sometimes my snacks could be stolen from my bag and leave me hungry at lunch at times. So sometimes I would be hungry at lunch, but luckily my cafeteria will have free pizza at times. As in school pizza. I know most don't like school pizza. I mean, really, it's more like baked dough and the cheese was low quality, but I kinda enjoy school pizza. That's probably because I was hungry. I mean, don't get me wrong, a school pizza can never beat a real pizza, but when you're hungry and all your friends are eating lunch, you can't be picky, right? One thing I'm sure everyone can agree at school is that we need to take gym whether we like it or not. This may shock you, but I actually enjoy gym. Red alert, red alert, an introvert likes gym class. Yes, that sounds weird since I mostly spent most of my time on my 3DS, but I like moving my body around. I like running, I like playing sports. I was not good at basketball, but I still enjoyed it. Fun fact, when I played volleyball with my friends, we would make weird sumo sounds instead of calling out who we were passing to, as if we were doing Morse code. You might be thinking since I enjoy gym, I spent all my time playing sports or running, right? Well, not exactly. Being the gamer I am, whenever gym was done indoors, we had the option of sitting out on the bench and just play our iPods or our games. And that was me. I couldn't let go of my 3DS, especially when Pokemon X and Y came out. I mean, that's not to say I never played sports in gym. I just prefer games over sports. And heck, I wasn't the only one. Some of us like to sit out and just listen to our iPods or play games on the bench. Hey, wanna play volleyball? No, we're good. For some reason, my school had more substitute teacher replacing regular teachers. One of my teachers, whom I'll call Mr. Steven, was a frequent replacement. And by frequent I mean he basically was the one who substituted half the year while our regular teacher was away. Not that I'm complaining, I like Mr. Steven, he was pretty cool. Most of the time he let us do what we want when we were done with our studies. The one he substituted was an agriculture class. And he knew his stuff. Sometimes he let us play with the cows. Sometimes he let us go outside to play. And he let us out of class when I was 2:50 so we can finally be done with school. If you have a teacher who let you out early of school, you got a good one. But there was one time where he was not in class and was gone for like 30 minutes or so. Before he left, he said when 2:50 hits, we can leave. It was kind of strange because usually he was the guy that stayed in class the entire time, so we were wondering if he left or there was an accident that happened. So we were just sitting there, staring at the clock, wondering if Mr. Steven was coming back. Time passes and soon enough it's 2:50. By that point, there's no point saying our desk if he said we could leave at 2:50. I couldn't believe it. Standing near the door, my teacher was there for like 30 minutes, just waiting for us to open the door, just to scare us with a pig mask from what, SARS or whatever it's called? You gotta give it to the man. Again, if you have a teacher who let you out early and just stand near your door with a pig mask just to surprise you, you're lucky to have him as a teacher. The moral lesson to be a good teacher: let your students out early and surprise them with a pig mask or a cow you found on Craigslist. I just realized half the things I said involved games when I said I wasn't going to talk about games. Maybe I have a problem.